Hi, third graders, this is Miss Clark. We are going to get started on your first week of lessons. So what we'll do is I will make one long video for the whole week, and each day is going to be right here on your screen so you know that this is Monday's lesson. So Monday, you're going to start with page 4. So in your book, I want you to read page 4. It says you can represent numbers on a number line. A number line is a line used to show the order of numbers and their distances from 0. To show 12 on a number line, starting at 0 with 1 as the distance between each tick mark. This distance is called the interval. Write numbers in order below each tick mark. Then mark the point numbered 12. The part of the number line starting at 0 and ending at 12 has a length of 12 units. So what I want you to know is that this is a number line. And my computer's a little slow to catch up to me, so hopefully it'll catch up on your screen. So we start with whatever number we want to begin with. In your book, it starts with 0. And then it counts up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm going to stop with 7 because that's as high as I can go right here on the screen. So if you look at the number line, each tick mark represents 1. It's counting by ones. So your interval is 1. Okay, so you need to make sure you know what an interval is. An interval is what you're counting by on each number line. You can count by any number as long as you're counting by that number every single time. So I'm going to show you another one. And you can take notes on this in your journal with me if you'd like to. So if we do this one, we can go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. This time I'm starting at, let me erase this real quick, starting at 2, and I'm going up to 16, and I'm counting by 2 every time. So as I count by 2, my interval is 2. And your interval can be whatever as long as you keep it even the entire time. In your book, it says study these examples. You can use larger intervals to represent greater numbers. To show 120, draw a number line with 10 as the interval. Then mark the point that represents 120. So let me show you the one they have here. I'm going to erase all of this and try to do a bigger one for you. Okay, so they have a number line, and they're starting with 0, and they're counting by tens. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120. So let's say that I ask you to find the number 100. On the number line, you would just put a mark with 100. If I ask you to find 95, you would go in between 90 and 100. And you could even write down 95 there. So that's how you find numbers on the number line. You can skip count to find them. You can count by whatever the interval is to find them. You can also find differences. So let me show you that. Remember, a difference is when you subtract 2 numbers. So we're going to find the difference using a number line. A number line can help you do a lot of different things. So on this number line, I'm going to do 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And if you're looking at this, my interval is 1 because I'm counting by 1 each time. So if I asked you to find the difference between 8 and 5, difference means I want to subtract 8 and 5. So I can count down 1, 2, 3. So I subtracted 1, I subtracted 1, and I subtracted 1. I went from 8 to 5 3 times, so 8 minus 5 equals 3. And that is something that should be a review for you guys. So what you're going to do today is, in the actual math book, I want you to do this in the hardback book. You're going to do this on notebook paper to turn into me Friday. You're going to do pages 4 and 5, numbers 1 through 7, and that's on the sheet that I gave to your parents. Homework is going to be workbook page 4, so let's look at 1 through 7. On numbers 1 through 4, you're going to draw a number line, and then you're going to tell me what interval you use. So on 1 through 4, draw a number line, and then tell me what you counted by. On number 5, you're going to tell me what numbers are at A and B. So you're going to have 2 answers. On 6 and 7, tell me the interval. Okay? So that's all you're doing for today's classwork. Homework is workbook page 4. So this is the end of Monday's lesson. And in just a second, I'm going to move on to Tuesday. So what you would do is stop here for Monday, come back to this video tomorrow, and pick up on Tuesday's video. If you have any questions, let me know. Hi guys, this would be Tuesday's video. So when you're watching this, it should be Tuesday, and you should be picking up where you left off yesterday. So today's objective is to compare and order 3-digit numbers using a number line and place value. So you're going to turn to page 6 in your hardback book, and we're going to look at it together. And then you're going to do some classwork and homework for me. We're going to spend 2 days on this. So we're going to do half of this today, Tuesday, and then we're going to do the other half tomorrow on Wednesday. So look at page 6. The election results for the town mayor are shown in the table. The mayor will be the person who receives the most votes. Who is the new mayor? So look at your chart. You have election results as your title. Then it says name and votes. So looking at it, we can see that Sanchez got 245 votes, Hall got 170, and Rajan got 215. You can use a number line to compare and order 245, 170, and 215 on a number line. This is where yesterday's lesson comes in. You're going to use a number line to compare these. And what compare means is to tell me which one is biggest, which one is smallest. So let's look at page 6. I do not have room on my screen to draw your number line, so look right here. It starts at 170. I'm going to try to draw little pieces of it, but I won't be able to draw the whole thing here. It starts at 170, and it ends at 245. So this is the entire number line on page 6. We have our votes as 170, 215, and 245. So 215 would be right about here. And then it has numbers in between. 170 is to the left of 215. So 170 is less than 215. 245 is to the right of 215. So 245 is greater than 215. Now write this down in your journal, what I'm about to write. It's super important that you memorize these symbols I'm about to show you. It's super, super important. So we need to know what a less than symbol and a greater than symbol looks like. This is less than, and it's going to the left. This is greater than, and it's going to the right. You need to know those two symbols are super important. Whenever you're doing your work, if you don't know your symbols, you can get it confused, and then you'll get the answer wrong. So it's really important that you know these. So if you need to pause it here to copy these, you can. I'm going to go ahead and erase it so I can show you about these election results using these symbols. So what we looked at on our number line, we're going to look at again, but we're going to use symbols this time. So 170 is less than 215. So less than points to the left. If you remember from maybe first and second grade, you talked about maybe an alligator chomping at the number. If this is your alligator, it's going to always eat the biggest number. So think about an alligator chomping like that. It's always going to eat the biggest one. And then we have 245 is greater than 215. So then we have our alligator. Again, here's these little teeth. He's going to chomp the biggest number. He's going to eat that 245. 245 is bigger than 215, so we use our greater than symbol. If we're looking at the results, we can tell that Sanchez won because they had the highest amount. We can also compare the values of digits. So if you look at the book, it says you can use the values of the digits. Look at the greatest place of each number. Compare hundreds, compare tens. And that's where you write from least to greatest. We're not going to get into that today. We're going to save that for tomorrow. So what I want you to do today, Tuesday, is you're going to do, let me look real quick, pages 6 through 7, 1 through 9. So that's 9 problems. So let's look at it. 1 through 3, you're going to tell me if it's greater than, less than, or equal to. And equal to means that it is the same number. So if I gave you 30 and 30, those are the same numbers, so you would tell me equal to. If I gave you 30 and 25, you would tell me 30 is greater than 25. If I gave you 30 and 65, you would tell me 30 is less than 65. You can just put the symbols there. You don't have to rewrite the whole problem. For numbers 4 through 9, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to write greater than, less than, or equal to. And I see that some of this is still popping up on your screen. I'm sorry, it's a little behind today. For homework, you're going to do workbook page 5, numbers 1 through 6. And you're going to turn in both of these to me on Friday. So this is where I'm going to stop, and I'm going to move on to Wednesday's video, okay? So this is the end of Tuesday. Go ahead and work on your classwork and your homework, and you'll come back to this for Wednesday and fast forward to Wednesday. Let me know if you have any questions. All right, guys, this is your Wednesday video. So I'm going to write Wednesday up here so we know. So Wednesday is we're going to basically catch up from what we did yesterday. Yesterday, you learned how to use a number line and compare numbers greater than, less than, or equal to. Today, we're going to compare and order 3-digit numbers and put them least to greatest and greatest to least. So what we're going to do today is move on to page 7 and look at 10 through 17. So they're going to give us some numbers, and we're going to put them in order from least to greatest. So let me see. Your video is not wanting to catch up right now, but maybe it'll catch up in just a minute. So the first thing we want to look at is the bottom of page 6 in the blue box at the top. You can use the values of the digits. Look at the greatest place of each number. Compare hundreds and compare tens. So when you have numbers and they both have the same number in the hundreds place, we'll look at that number. If they're both the same, then we're going to look at the tens place. Then if we have to, we're going to look at the ones place to make sure everything is in order. So what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to stop sharing my screen for a second and see if we can fix why it's not wanting to catch up with us. So give me just a second and we'll see if we can get it to work. Let's see. There we go. Okay, so Wednesday's up on your screen. Sorry, sometimes it doesn't want to connect totally. So if I give you a number, or really a set of numbers, I'm going to give you 123, 475, and 124. And let's order these least to greatest. So what we want to do is first look at our hundreds place, then our tens place, then our ones place. So in the numbers I just gave you, and they're slowly popping up on your screen, we're going to look at the hundreds place first. In this one, I have a 1. In the second number, I have a 4. And in the last number, I have a 1 in the hundreds place. We want to make sure we know what we're ordering by first. So let's do least to greatest. Least is smallest, greatest is biggest. So on my screen, I see that I have 2 1s in the hundreds place. So that means I need to look at the tens place, which I'm circling. Those are also the same number, so that's not going to help me. So let's go to the last place, or the ones place. I have a 3 and I have a 4. I know that 3 is less than 4, so 123 has to be the smallest number. So I'm going to cross that one out because I've done it. Then I know 124 has to be the next biggest number, so I'm going to cross that one out. Then I know that the only one left has to be the biggest one, 475. So when you're ordering, you want to look at hundreds, then tens, then ones. The biggest one is going to be whatever number has the biggest digit in the hundreds place. So on tonight's homework and your classwork today, you really want to make sure you're paying attention to whether they're asking you greatest to least or least to greatest. Okay, so I'm going to erase this and we're going to try another one. This time we're going to go greatest to least. So now I'm going to give you, let's see, 746, 23, and 981. Just 3 random numbers. Let's go greatest to least. G for greatest, L to least. So when I'm looking at these, I know that I'm going to look in the hundreds place first. I have a 7 here and a 9 here. I know that 981 is going to be my biggest number. So I'm going to cross it out and put it down. Then I'm left with 746 and 23. I automatically know 746 is bigger because 23 doesn't even have a 100 spot. So 746 goes next, and cross it out, and then I'm left with 23. And that is how you do greatest to least. So it's really pretty simple if you know your numbers and you know what's going to be biggest and smallest. So today for classwork, you're going to do page 7 in the hardback book. You're going to do 10 through 17, that's 7 problems. You're going to do those on notebook paper, turn them into me Friday for a grade. Workbook page 6, 1 through 8 is going to be your homework, and that's also on the page that your parents got. Hold on, that might be actually different. Let me look, guys, and see, because I don't think that's correct, actually. Homework for Wednesday is going to be page, no, that is right, page 6, 1 through 8, yes. So look on the sheet I gave to your parents and everything there is correct. Your homework will be workbook page 6, 1 through 8. And you'll just rip those pages out to bring to me on Friday. So this is the end of our Wednesday video. So you're going to stop here for Wednesday, work on any classwork and homework, and you'll pick back up with this video on Thursday. Let me know if you have any questions. right, so this is going to be the start of our Thursday video. And hopefully we don't have any trouble with the video working. It seems to be okay. So today's Thursday, we're going to review a little bit. So we're going to review lessons 1 through 3 to make sure we understand it. The way that this book is set up is that we review after every couple of lessons just to make sure that we have everything down pat before we move on. So today what you're going to do is you're going to go to page 8 in your hardback book. There is a typo in the actual paper I gave your parents. You're not doing pages 8 through 10, you're doing pages 8 through 9, okay? There's only pages 8 through 9. You're going to do 11 problems, okay? So let's look at those 11 problems you're going to do. You're going to start on page 8 at number 5. You're going to do numbers 5 and 6. You're not doing 5, 6, 7, and 8, okay? You're only doing 5 and 6. So you're going to do 5 and 6. 5 and 6 tell you to write the number in expanded form and standard form. So remember, expanded means to stretch it out. So for example, if I have 749, expanded form would be 700 plus 40 plus 9. Standard form would just be that regular number, okay? So if that was the number they gave you in word form, those are the two answers you would put for 5 and 6, okay? Then you're going to skip down and you're going to do number 10. You're going to tell me how many hundreds, tens, and ones are in that number. Okay, then you're going to go to 11. That one, you're going to tell me which number has a 6 in the tens place. It might be more than one answer, so make sure you put it if it is more than one answer. Then you're going to do 12 and 13. So what they want you to do there is you're going to write the number name. So they give you a number, you write it in words. Then you're going to skip over and do number 16 on the next page. You're going to draw a number line and decide what interval. So this one is 35. I would count by 5s if I were you, but you can pick whatever interval you want as long as it stays that interval. You can't go from 2, 3s, and then back to 2s. It needs to be the same number for the whole thing. Okay, then skip down to 20. You're going to do 20, 21. And I'll look at 20 and 21 on page 9. 20 and 21 want you to put the greater than, less than, or equal to symbol. Okay, so you just need the symbol. And then lastly, you're going to do 23 and 25. On number 23, I want you to go least to greatest. So smallest number to biggest number. And on 25, it wants you to go biggest number to smallest number. Okay, so that's what you're going to do for today's classwork. You're going to turn this in Friday for a grade. Do not do all the problems, only do the problems I have here. So that's 5, 6, 10, 11, 12, 13, 16, 20, 21, 23, and 25. Don't do them all, just do those. It's 11 problems. Homework will be workbook page 6, 8 through 11. It's more review, okay? So this is going to be the end of our Thursday video. I'm going to stop here. If you have any questions, let me know. Okay, so next, this is our final video for the week. This is your Friday video. So on this Friday video, we're going to use critical thinking skills. We're going to work on word problems. So we're going to start on page 9 in your hardback book. So hard book. We're going to look at 28 through 31. You're going to try these for classwork. So we're going to do just some word problems to get you thinking. There is no homework because it's going to be a Friday. So let's look at page 9. Number 28 is the first one. So you're going to do 28, 29, 30, and 31. So number 28, Anna travels 376 miles in June, 882 miles in July, and 842 miles in August. In which month did Anna travel the most miles? So I want you to look at those and see which one has the biggest number and tell me what month that is. Number 29. One of the tallest trees in the world is 379 feet tall. Write this this height in standard form. So you're going to take that number they give you, 379, and write it in number form. That's it. 30. 946 children attend Northside Elementary School. There are 964 children at Carlton School. Which school has more children? So they tried to kind of trick you here. The first number is written in words, 946. The second number is 964. So you pick which one has the most children and tell me the name of the school. In 31, Shay works at the aquarium. He uses 200 pounds of fish food in the morning, 80 pounds in the afternoon, and 7 pounds in the evening. How many pounds of fish does Shay use in all? So this is important. In all means to add. When you see the words in all, you're going to add up the amounts that they have there. So you're going to add up 200, 80, and 7. This is using that expanded form to make a number. So this is all you're doing for today. There is no homework. All assignments are due today, Friday. Bring them back to school and you'll get next week's assignments. Let me know if you have any questions for the whole week.